Hi there, hi there, it's Cherish. Welcome back to the channel, and if I haven't met you yet, stay for a while, it's going to be a fun ride. Today, we are working on a color study. So I'm going to show you how I go from this, which is the reference, and then I'm going to trace the reference onto this piece of oil painting paper, to this. Oh my God! My baby. Okay. To this, which is I'm totally leaving that in, by the way. That's how we are today. Anyway, so I'm going to show you how we get to a finished color study, and the reasons why I'm doing a color study. It really centers on kind of my need to understand what things are going to look like before they're done. So, so we're going to do this color study on camera, and I'm going to talk you through what I'm up to while I'm doing it. That was so chaotic. Keep the drawing. So I kind of like, when I'm working on a particular drawing, to have my reference nearby. Just have that reference. So we're not going to work on both of them in tandem, but I think what I'm going to do is work on the portrait, because that one is already mapped out. Okay, so I've already actually started doing some practice painting for the portrait, and for the portrait, this is fun. So I never just do one painting. I never just do one drawing either. I kind of work on them all over the place. So this is kind of where I started with the portrait. Colored pencil on the watercolor ground. This Daniel Smith watercolor ground, which is my favorite color. I think it's unbleached titanium. So that was just to kind of get to know her face. I think that was it in there. And then I did this one of the profile view. So this is the reference, this is the profile. And it wasn't to capture anything real, it was just to kind of, again, it was about getting to know her face, and not about making a super precise drawing. So I liked the experimentation that this one had. And then I did this one. And this one, probably more realistic skin colors. And I did this one in gouache. I did this one in gouache and acrylic markers and colored pencil, and the other one I did in colored pencil. So I've been kind of all over the place when it comes to what medium I'm using to create these things, and I think that will inform the color study here in oil, and it'll inform the final. So and that's my practice. That's how I like to practice. That's how I like to do things. This is one of the reasons why I use sketchbooks so prolifically. It's because I do, literally, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. We're already doing 4 of the same person. I am totally going to admit that I left this paint out for a really long time, so it might be totally dead. I might need to just start over. It's not been out, it's been in this container, but you know, out meaning not put in the refrigerator or not used in a way that was going to help it survive. So it might be all dried out, and it might not. One of the things I like to do is take these little bins, these little kind of closable bins, and make palettes out of them, because honestly, it's just easier to transport, easier to go, easier to make things. All right, so let's see where we are paint-wise. White is always going to be, it always comes out good. So let's do, I think I want to start on the background, and in my head I have been imagining, see that one is, let's pop the bubble. Sometimes you have to kind of just pop the bubble. Yeah, these are good. But I've been imagining this like whitish, pinkish, like celebration of pink in the background. And I want to see how that looks. So, and I don't use chirps, really. I don't really use chirps. I just use oil. I don't think that that is, okay. So I think I have a whitish. I think I'm going to paint in the, yeah, I love this background. Oh, where? Oh, there it is. I'm like, where did I put my reference? Oh my God. Let's put the reference down. I've got some brushes. So here we go. This is one thing I like about the Arches paper. It doesn't make you fight the paper to put the first layer down. I've learned that I just don't like the first layer of oil painting. Okay. One thing I'm kind of holding on to lately is getting the background in as quickly as possible. Just because it's going to help to, like, I think the background goes in quick, and then you can just get to the paint, get to the portrait. I absolutely love this color. Love it so much. So the color study, as far as time goes, it shouldn't take an extreme amount of time. You don't want it to take so long that you become bored with the painting and you don't want to paint it anymore. And for sure that happens to me all the time. Where I'm just like, I'm done. I think that's why I'm still working on the commission of the dog painting. It's like super interesting to me, and then it becomes not. And the same thing happens with some other paintings that I have going now, where it's just like not the most interesting thing. The self-portrait with the flowers, like the portrait is done, but the flowers are still not done. So it's just kind of like, get the hardest thing done first, and then you get to have your fun, you know. And for me, the fun is always in the portrait. So I think what I'm going for in this is to have her really kind of come out of the come out of the background and be very, I want her to be very present. That's the goal here. I might even take this pink color back a little bit, you know, take it down. Oh, I think the other thing I'll call out is that when I am not doing a color study, I'm painting these things on the wall, or I have these things vertical. I don't paint with I don't normally paint with it laying down. definitely love this Arches oil painting paper. So good. There we go. All right, background's in. Oh, I forgot a spot. Does not bug me as much that I forgot this spot though. The other thing I think that I would like to try, and I might just do this on another piece of paper, is an acrylic background, because you can get color, like super poppy colors with acrylic, and I feel like this might need it. There we go. So there's the background. It's so funny how like the camera, like the color is not the color. So here we go. Just the background, nothing crazy. And then I think the next big shape is probably her shirt. And I keep seeing her shirt as, instead of black, more purple. So let's make that color. There we go. And it's kind of like a purple. I mean, look at that, that's beautiful. Keep in mind, it can be any color. We can even take it to black. I just want to see what it looks like in this color scheme. There we go. I just want to see, like, do I like this color scheme? I think it's funny because it's so graphic. I always like to step back from things and look at them and see, like, what are they doing? I do like this whole graphic quality. I do like that a lot. That's definitely something that I will be playing on. Okay, let's get her skin. Yeah, I'm starting with blue. So I wanted to have a little brightness, but also coolness. It's funny because when I mix colors, I usually am way more careful, you know? I'm usually way more careful and considered with how I mix a color. So this is kind of interesting to see how I'm like, meh, whatever. Okay. I always have to be careful with white because you get really off. I don't know where this olive is coming from, but I kind of dig it. I really like these graphic elements. I think that's the thing that is drawing me to this. I think that is the fun bit, is just the graphicness of her. I should probably have a smaller brush, but I feel like this smaller brush would make me way too attentive to the details, and I don't want that at this point. I want to be detailless at this moment. It's funny because thinking about the light that was in the room when I took the image, the light is coming from here. So right there down this way, there are those little like overhead pot lights. So considering that in the drawing is interesting. It's interesting, this little like right here, there's like this little bit of pink. I'm just kind of putting it there so I don't forget about it later, because I don't want to lose it as part of the drawing. Little brow, okay. And then let's put in, I feel like we need something to tie these together. Whoa, dirty brush attack. I feel attacked and cheated by the dirty brush moment. I think that's a good thing about oil paint, you could just go over it. That is not bright enough. All right, so I'm gonna brighten this up. And I'm brightening it with blue as opposed to white, because it's gonna give me a nicer color. Blue and a smidge of this yellowish color. I'm just gonna wipe off a little bit. There you go. So here we go with the blue. Oh yeah, see how beautiful that is? As a highlight, kind of. There we go. So it's interesting, like, knowing that this is not the final and how I attack it. I want a little more yellow in there. I come back over top of this. Let's get it all, I don't know, I find it's easier to paint once there's already some paint down. Okay. I think I want more yellow. I want it to be bright and yellowy and bright. So I think the fun part about this was finding out that there's so much yellow in her skin tone. I didn't realize it looking at the reference, but there's so much yellow in her skin tone that I really had to kind of pull it forward. And I love this little area here where there's the bit of purple in the kind of deeper tones with that bit of the skin color, the flesh color on top of that purple. That has to be my favorite thing from doing the color study. So that's actually inspiring the underpainting color for this one. So the next time you see this, I'll be working on the underpainting for it, and it'll be in this kind of purple color. I think the other thing that I'm going to do that is a little different than this color study is I'm going to change the color of the background. I don't want it to be so pink. I don't want it to be like the pinkest of the pink paintings. So I think there may be some pink in there, but definitely going to take it back a few steps because it's very much like this is pink, that's pink, there's pink in her face, there's pink everywhere. So I'm going to take that back a little bit. I love what happened in the hair color coming in this graphic way where there's not really a lot of definition in the hair. I really, really am enjoying that. And I really liked doing this with one big brush. This isn't the brush that I used, but it was a Rosemary & Co. What do you call this? It was a Filbert, this is a bristle, but it was a Filbert, I think a sable brush or something like that. I'll find it and tell you which one it was. But I really enjoyed doing it with that one brush because it stopped me from being very focused on all the details. So I was able to just go in and just kind of like, bloop, 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 bloop. That is my technical term for, painting. So I like doing it with that big brush. I think a color study could benefit from a smaller brush sometimes, but I think the bigger brush kept me focused on the thing I needed to be focused on, which was just getting all the colors down for this painting. I just want to zoom in here on the mouth area. Like the way this yellow comes in and defines the cheek. It's got to be my favorite thing. I have so many favorite things. And yeah, this is pretty much dry. So that's good. It's good to know that it dried a little bit fast because I put a lot of oil into it. And I was kind of worried watching the playback that it was going to be wet forever. There, oh my God, the rest of the video got cut off. But I'm going to show you what I did to finish her up. So just to get her finished, I finished the big piece, which would be that barrette. And all I really did was go back in and just refine some of these shadows in here. The main thing though that I learned is that I want the background to be a cooler color. And I really, really want I'm looking at it as I'm talking to you. I want the background to be a cooler color, and I really want to play up on the kind of purpley pink tones in the face, because I think that is going to give a really beautiful cool glow on top of that warm yellow. So there's a lot of, and I didn't realize this before I did the color study, which is why I did it. So there's a lot of yellow in her skin. So having access to that yellow makes me want to play with the complement of the yellow, or the cooler complement of that yellow. So I'm going to do another color study. That's why I have this one all set up and ready to go. I'm going to do another color study. I will film it. I'll put it up on my Patreon so you can see it there. And the next time you see this painting on YouTube, I will be starting the actual painting. Have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Love you. Bye.